We are live. We are freaking live. Let's get straight into it. I'll list all the stickers on the screen, like the names of the artists. I think almost all of them are from Etsy, except maybe for this one. And ones on the back. I love decorating my sketchbooks like this. This is also the Art Creations guaranteed quality since 1899 sketchbook. I really like it. It's got a lot of pages. It's kind of warmer tones. I'll be like constantly checking my phone to make sure this is in like the viewfinder. Sketchbook 14. This is one of my least favorite pages in here, funnily enough, because it's the most finished and I remember putting in the most amount of effort for it, and I just didn't like how it looked. I like to start all my sketchbooks with a self-portrait. It is what it is. Here are my goals. This is always super glary, so I'll just do a little bit of that if that helps. But 100 head challenge, anatomy studies, style and general studies. Be playful with it and flesh out OC lore. We'll go over that at the end to see what I actually did. I started putting in my Receiptifies using like this sticker printer I got. This ugly little sticker printer that I got on TikTok shop that was probably made by an enslaved 9-year-old. That's what I've been using for it. These are sketches of my OC Aaron and Finn, but Aaron, I really got obsessed with like June's art style where like they're really loose. There's on the sketchbook tour. I need that like loose, crazy art that they do. I love it. But here's Finn, other OC in the same universe as Aaron. Sunny Angel I got for Christmas. He's just sitting on my little windowsill right now. And then I was in a phase of lino cutting. This was nearing the end of it, but I made this one of my dog. I really like that of him. I think it's cute. And these were just like some prints from school that I added in for funsies' sake. This was a page I made with my friend. We were in class and then she pulled up Line of Action on her computer and I was like, wait, I love that website. So we did a few studies together, these 3 at home, but these are like some expression ones specifically, and I think these were the same guy. This was for my dad's Christmas card. I'm of my dog peeing on a fire hydrant and our neighbor dogs all communicating to him through pee. This is a joke my dad has made. And he's like, we could make a children's book, so I did that for him for Christmas. I'll put it on screen. I really like messy, ugly page, but this was something I saw on TikTok that made me laugh, so I just wrote it in here. This I got acrylic gouache for Christmas, so I was messing around with that. More random doodles. I think I was just like, oh, I should do art today, but I was really into Animal Crossing at the time, so I was having a bit of a dilemma, if you will. Do you guys like this shadow that I just realized is here? Could I just... Will that bother you if it's not centered? It kind of bothers me. It's fine. Here's Dawn. I love her. This is when I really fell in love with like this sketchbook. I felt like I really started to find joy in sketchbooking in a way I haven't felt since like I was a literal middle schooler. And the key to that is just being really loose and not caring if the art is ugly or not. And you'll get sketches you really like when you don't care. So I was doing these with Dawn. I decided to play around with any of her short hair. She's in the same universe as Finn and Aaron. I'm trying to give some context to my characters, if anybody gives a fork. And these were sketches for my sister's Christmas card. I was originally going to go with like this photo of us when we were little, but my little kid face was so hard to draw that I was just like, I think I'll just do... I think I'll do a different one where my face is a little less hard to draw. Planning for my mom's Christmas card, she really likes gnomes. I have a whole family, so it's a little hard to make a bunch of Christmas cards, especially if you also want to make them for your friends. So there's a lot of planning in the beginning here. But this is kind of more what I did. I did this like landscape scene because she really likes watercolor and she likes landscape, so I was like, I'll do a little lighthouse sunset thing for her. This is my OC Ruby. I have done like no more exploration on this other than kind of this sketch here. The only thing really is that I want her to just be butch. Like that's all I want. And I like she's a little butch. And then here is some Dawn. I really like these tiny doodles, especially this one. This one really pleases me. It's just like simple and cute. Glad that the shadows, at least in this corner, because there's usually not much there. This was like peak I love sketchbooking again. I was listening to that song Candy that's like, there's a hurricane in the back of the road and she thinks she's made of candy. That song, I was listening to that and doing this, and I had so much fun. It's just like, first of all, I think all of these sketches pretty ugly. Like these ones, especially like he has no hands, but I love this one. This one I think is like genuinely good, but otherwise they're all like pretty ugly, but it was just like so fun to do, and I was just like loving and drawing my characters interacting again, which again like brings me back to like middle school joy. I was thumbnailing for that one growing out my skin painting I did. I'll put like the original and the repainted one on screen. This is my OC Cassidy, and then this is when I made Bree a boy, and it just made more sense like in my head to make this character male, but I have not figured out a name for him, so I just keep calling him Boy Bree. So I'll have to figure out a different name for him eventually. Here is Ko, because I was drawing all my other characters and I was like, my baby, my main OC. I don't even know if I could say that they're my favorite OC, but they're definitely like, if you put a gun to my head and we're like 3 seconds, name your favorite OC, I would probably just say them, just because it's like, I feel like they've been a favorite for a long enough time. And then here's Reese, and I like this tiny Ko. I wish I did a bit more with it, but I think I like had to go to bed, and I was like, okay, 5 more minutes, and I did these. Here's another page of like art I don't think is particularly good, but I really like it. Dawn and Aaron interacting. This is mostly when she's older, and this is when she's a bit younger. But yeah, just kind of exploring their dynamic a little bit more. I did this even more in my current sketchbook with acrylic marker, pose study, just for fun. I really like this. It's just kind of simple. I like it. And then this is Finn. I have like these pens, these Glade like gel pens. They just like layer on the paper really, really thick, puffy texture when you touch it later, and I love it. I love just feeling the face. This was me thinking of tattoos I want in the future. These vines going up the tummy. I really like it. And then piercings I want. If I didn't have glasses that like literally touched my temple all the time, I would totally get that piercing, but I just can't. I can't. Here is me kind of exploring Cassidy and Boy Bree, and if this pose seems familiar, it's because it's literally the same pose as this from earlier. And I was like using that reference again. I was like, why does this feel familiar? Because I need to blow my nose. You want to hear that? I don't think I'll leave that in, but that's funny. I just like this one a lot. I think the weight of like his pose and stuff looks really nice. I was planning for my sister's card, just a little bit of like brainstorming ideas, because I was like, do I really want to draw us as kids? That seems to be hard. Last minute thing I did for a TikTok video. Hands, ears, mouth, yeah, the whole shebang. I love this page from Chaperone, from the Nardware interview. I was just watching it and I was like, oh, I want to draw. I love that I've started to do that again. Like, I've started to watch stuff and draw again, which is something I like haven't done in so long, because art school like has just made me chronically off my phone. But I love doing this like at home in my sketchbook. It's just so casual. Love this one especially. It just is so fun. Her hair, like, just I love the line weight of it. I think it just is so visually pleasing to me. And I like these two as well. But this is Kate. And this was when I immediately was like, this girl needs a redesign so bad. Chaperone again. But I was using crayons and I was like, every time I see a crayon, I'm like, that seems fun. And then I start to use it and I'm like, now why? Why did I even begin to think that would be a fun activity? Aaron, this is from a different universe. They're like part dragon, so I was kind of trying to figure out face. Anytime I talk about this world, I feel like such a nerd. I'm like, well, don't put dragon and don't put a wizard. This was for my brother's Christmas gift. I gave him like a coupon for an abstract painting for when he moves out. So I just was like kind of planning that here. This is Farron, and this is their sister, Isabel. I don't know how I almost misgendered my own OC, but I drew this of Isabel, and I was like, now this outfit can't happen. This outfit is not okay. And I feel like maybe I have really old sketches of her that I'll put up now, but like this was kind of what I remembered her design looking like, and I remember it being really good, but this does not suit her at all, so I had to change it. This is one of my favorite pages. I think I'll make this the thumbnail. This was like a reference I found online of all these athletes' different body types, and I think it's super interesting the way a person is super athletic in this specific niche and their body looks like this, and this person, like, same thing but in a different niche, and it just changes their body type so drastically. Like, athletic doesn't look like one type of body, even though you would think it's like similar. They're so different. Like, look at how short this girl is. They're pretty to scale to this girl. This girl's so tall. These two were both water polo. This was a skier, downhill skier, figure skating, and hockey. And I love this page. It's just so fun. This whole like sheet, I really want to do all of them eventually, just kind of to put all these different body types into my head. Super fun, and it made me like really think of like different proportions for characters in the future. Do you like that the camera's shaking a little bit? Sorry. And then to fill up the rest of the page, I did some expression studies from Line of Action. I really like these two. This one's okay. These three I do not care for. And then I just filled the rest of the page with stickers. But in my class, we had this assignment where we had to a portrait of your friend, would roll a dice, and whatever you landed on would lead to a different line or shape. So like if you rolled a 1, you'd get 4 hatches. If you rolled a 2, you'd get a straight line. So you'd roll the dice like 10 times, and then you'd try and just make a portrait of your friend using that. So this is what I did of my friend, and then we did some blind contours as well. I think these were like for pretty short periods of time, and then this was for like I think maybe 5 minutes, which doesn't sound like a lot of time, but when you're doing a blind contour, it's kind of difficult to spend a lot of time on it. But if you just have to like really be attentively moving really slowly, which is like not your instinct when you can't see what you're doing. But yeah, I really am pleased with this one, and I got really giddy about it because I overheard someone like standing right over my sketchbook going, I don't know how some of these turned out so good, and I was like, yes. Anyways, but this was another lino cut I made. This was like, I think this is the second version. I made 2 versions of this ladybug, and I asked the sculpture teacher to help me do a print of it through the press, and looking back, I don't think I should have asked her because I don't think either of us knew what we were doing. We both had maybe the same amount of knowledge going in. And she's like, well, I think we have to do it really tight. And I was like, yeah, you're so right. And so we screw it really tightly, and I'm like, hey, it's not going through. And then I pull it out, and it's like fully like flattened. I think I might still have a picture of it. So I just redid it. It wasn't a huge deal just because like I got pretty fast at doing lino cuts. I also made a patch of this one. My little, I love it. I love it. I need to put that on to a pair of pants soon. But then this, sorry, I've been yapping so much in this video, but I'm trying to give more of my personality in these videos because I look at them sometimes and I go, hey, where's your joy? This is Izzy. I tried to give her more of a redesign here. I don't like this dress, but I really like this hair that kind of swoops in, especially here. But I kind of changed it up a little bit more. Just some stickers from that crappy printer again, where you cannot read anything it says. And then this was for that shuttle art collab I did. Then Dawn, look at this one, makes me so giddy every time I see it because why is her head so big? It's just so stupid looking. I really am pleased with it. And then this is Reese. I'm not super happy with any of these drawings, but I like how her legs look here. And then more doodles, some Reese, and then and Reese. I love this sketch of them. I'm gonna bring it up real nice and close so you guys can admire it and all its beauty. It's from that, like, I think it's a pretty popular pin on Pinterest. Like, you've probably seen it, but, you know, it's fine. And then I wrote, like, about kind of them and stuff. And I was gonna do another sketch and I went, not feeling this one as much. Then here are my 2 cameras I have. And then I drew this and I was showing my friend my sketchbook. And she saw this and she went, why did you draw yourself inflated? And I was like, I'm just impressed that you could tell that was me. Reese, and I like to give her muscle. So I was trying to figure out what arm muscle looks like. And again, it's so interesting how like people's bodies change based on like where they're growing muscle. Like I've noticed that like women have much smaller chests like when they have more muscle. And it's just interesting. All those like body changes are just so interesting to me, and I love to draw them in my work. But so I did a couple more references. This is Rhea Ripley. I was kind of testing it out with her, and then because of Arcane, like Jinx and Powder, seeing their 2 designs, it is so interesting. Again, this is like the same thing of like, I just find it so interesting how like a person will look different depending on different conditions and environment. So I kind of like put that here with like, before leaving kind of this toxic environment, she's like a lot thinner, but she's more muscular, and she has eye bags because she's not sleeping, and her hair's like more frizzy and less taken care of. And then when she gets out of there, she has a tooth gap because she finds out that she really needs braces, and so she gets an expander and has a really big tooth gap. And yes, that is based on the fact that I had the worst tooth gap in middle school because of that exact reason. And then she gains a little weight because she's in a safer environment. I love it. I love doing that. It's so much fun. Then this was a drawing based on a post from this user on Instagram. I'll put their name bigger on screen, but I really loved this sketch. I just loved this pose, and I was like, I need to steal your pose. I used to do that a lot when I was like in middle school drawing my OCs. Like I would just take poses from other artists, and I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. But I don't know, I just make sure to give credits when I do it now. And then another Reese, I love this doodle of her, she's so cutie. And then another cute Co. And then this is when I gave Kate a bit of a redesign. So these are all the characters in the same story: Co, Reese, Finn, Aaron, Kate, Chandler, who I never draw, and Boybri. I don't like this page, and I don't really want to elaborate on it. You can kind of tell when I'm really art blocked, because there's like a really big mixture of supplies, because I'm just kind of throwing stuff on the page, trying to make something appeal to me. Rosalina from memory. This is a drawing of my friend. I like fully forgot I did this of her, and then I was flipping through my sketchbook and she went, hey, hey, who's that? And I was like, you. That's you. And then this is another blind contour of my Polaroid camera. I did like a practice run of filming this sketchbook tour to myself like an insane person, and I talked about this page for way too long, so I'm gonna try and be more concise with it. These were my goals from last year. The only one I really didn't do is other creative hobbies, which was just like something I kind of forgot about later in the year. And then animatic and animation was something I was really interested in that I just kind of lost interest in, so it just didn't make sense to keep forcing myself to do it. Now these are my goals for this year: get into photography, get into writing, 100 head challenge, make art that makes me happy, explore 3D art, do a crochet kit, acrylic wash, make patch pants, art reels / TikTok once a week, find ways to sing. Here's the back of these. I just like really liked just doing like a little bit of a collage-y thing. This was a card for my sister, and this was a card for my brother. So yeah, over the holiday season, me, my sister, and my mom were all doing art at the table, and I did this while they were doing their own stuff. So I was just doing like some figure drawings with like my pens and my highlighters. I love this. This is super fun for me. Again, more art block. I can really tell, just a cluster of unfinished stuff in this car, and I was like, what am I doing? More kind of art block. I was planning a meet the artist, and I did not do it, and now it feels like it's too late in the year to continue doing it, and I also feel like no interest, so sorry. More art block. A little bit of art block here, but Henry planning out his design. He is Farron and Isabel's dad, so we'll elaborate on that more later. Then some Kate fleshing out her design a little bit more, and then some Dawn from some notes I was taking in class. I love these little doodles of her. She's so cute. This was just like some doodles in class. Outfit I was wearing actually, and I was like, I look so cute. How would I dress with they, he, and the bio? Then this was a print I was making in my class. This thing they made on TikTok. If someone remembers the username, please let me know, because I have no recollection of who made this. But I remember in the video they're like, steal this art, spread it around, use it. And I was like, hell yeah, so I'll make prints of it, which I feel like is just like, printmaking and political art is just such a cool combination to me, like, because printmaking, when you think of it, it's like making something fast, getting a message out, and I just think it's cool. So these are like the first 2 layers, and then I did a third one, which I'll put on screen. I love this print. It's, I think, maybe my favorite from that year. Writing about capstone. I feel like this is more art block. I think I was just really, must have been just really art blocked for like a week here. I can just kind of see it in these sketches. And then I got out of it, baby. Because I started to use a ballpoint pen. Sometimes you just really need to find like a different supply that will speak to you in the moment, and it will be fine. These were, you can really see how tone this paper is when you look at these doodles. But it was, for my final painting, I was thinking of drawing like me in my kind of realistic painting style, with like me with my cartoony style. Looks like I went straight back into art block. Halfway spread. This is finalizing my idea for my final painting. A combination of these 2 poses. One of my classes we were doing critique, and it seemed like we were going to be doing critique on a sketch for a whole week. And I started to tweak out because I was like, what a waste of time. Because we have only so much time. Isha. These were both done from reference photos. And then this was just on my own. And a little bit of acrylic marker of bunnies behind it. There's some arcane kind of portraits. You can see the really unfortunate. I really like this post-it note. I got it from a teacher. And I was like, oh my god, a red post-it note. That's so fucking cool. But yeah, Vi, Caitlin, and Jinx a little bit. And then some OCs. This is my OC, Tyler. And this is Reese interacting with her. I always forget she exists. Jinx and Vi from references again, and then more exploring like on my own. Yeah, I like it. Okay, this is a page I love. This is a painting that I have yet to do, but I really, really want to. This is a piece called Brain Rot, and you can kind of see me brainstorming some thoughts for it, but yeah, I really like it. I really want to further this sketch and do it. Also, I adore the way this sketch turned out. It's just like so simple and ugly. Like, that's why I love it. It just works really well for the vibes, and like just kind of planning other ideas here. Some sketches I did like forever ago. Some of these are like probably from 2023 or 2022 even, that I just taped in. And then these were sketches I did with this cat pen I had that I miss dearly because it ran out of ink after like 3 drawings, but all the drawings were so good. This cat pen just like, oh, it was so good. But this is, I really like this sketch. Love this one too. Lots of good things. Okay. This was another idea for Isabel's design that I was thinking like make it really wintry. This is one of my favorite pages in here too. This was planning for that painting again, just kind of trying to get an idea of how I would draw myself. And you can see that I struggled with the chest a lot, and I think maybe it's a combination of like dysphoria, like maybe dysmorphia, because I'm like, I have no idea what my chest looks like at all. So trying to draw it, I was like looking at it even in the photo, and I was like, that doesn't feel right. And so I had to like repaint it, I think. Critique, and while critique was going on, I just did some drawings of life, and it's kind of hard to do that like when the person isn't posing for you, because people just kind of move really fast and like they don't think of it, and so you're like, no. But you have to do this really quickly, so I'm really pleased with these two. And I like this one of this guy that was in front of me. I think this was the start of another one, but I have no idea who this is. I'm doodling during that class, just this like big tall guitar girl. I love these pants, they're so funky. Interesting versus pretty. I love things that are interesting. I don't care about being pretty. A really thick like 10 micron that I just going ham with. This was, you know when your teachers like give you paper and are like, cut out these shapes, and then you're left with the scraps? I put all the scraps in here. I really like this page. It just is like simple and kind of pleases me. Like, it's just kind of fun. I enjoy it. I think I was in school and I was just not in the mood. Farron. This is like the beginning of Casper, who comes in later. That's a placeholder name. I don't like the name Casper for him, but it's just becoming what I'm calling him, so I think it might just stick around. Friend, and then my OC Finn. I love this outfit for him. This was an outfit I was wearing at school that I felt very slay in, so I drew me in it. And then this is a bunch of Aaron. I always draw him like so skinny, and I'm trying not to do that because I'm like, this is a strong, muscular man. He's not gonna be this skinny and lanky. This is a bit more of how I want him to look, but he just also looks a little baby here. And this was when I was at work and I had nothing to do, so I was just doodling more of Dawn. I really love this teeny tiny drawing of her. They're just so silly and like simple. They just please me. Another Receiptify. Make bad art now with drawings I don't really care for, except for this one. I really like this one of Co. Just like the simpleness of it, and like this hand pleases me. But I drew these two and I was like, these are both bad. Oh, these are both bad. So it's fine though. I like making bad art. This is my OC Kate in a fun little outfit. This is kind of more of how I envisioned her now. I think a little bit more with this face. Like this one just feels a little too round, maybe. But I don't know, I need to like define her face more, because every sketch I see of her face, I'm like, that looks like a completely different person. But yeah, I really like this outfit for her, and I'm gonna keep this around at least as like one of her alternating fits she wears. But yeah, I really like her with like the locks and a bun. This was planning for a postcard design for my capstone show, so I was just doodling different ideas. I kind of like the sketch of this one, but I didn't end up going with it. Doodling while like a speaker was there. Some more Co. I love this drawing, again, with that cat pen. Look at how cute it is. I love this hand too. Like a hand that's just like laying, oh, I'm just so pleased with it. And then Race in the background with her little bonnet on. I love drawing her in her bonnet. Here I drew some pigs and some firefighters. I was just kind of studying them to be like, looking at like different uniforms of like people like in jobs where they help people, quote unquote. And because I have a thing in my story with like that theme to it, so I was like, let me study these outfits. And when I was drawing this guy, I didn't draw his huge gun, but when I was drawing him, I was like, why does this feel like a character design that like a child would make when they're trying to give it more detail? Like adding 30 belts onto the leg just to be like, because character design. And then firefighters, I like these. All of these like turned out pretty nice. I do think this one like pleases me the most. And I woke up the next day and was like, I have a vision. And I did this and I was like, this was bad. Because my OC Farron is the character. But I was thinking of a welding uniform. This was what I came up with in my head, and I went, scratch that. And then I looked up welding uniforms online. I wasn't getting much inspiration from these, so I looked up welding characters. Winry, I don't think is a welder, but she's like an engineer designer kind of character. I also haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist, but I kind of thought her design felt fitting for Farron in a way. And then I drew Bismuth as well. And then you can see me kind of exploring it after I did those little sketches of them, kind of taking note of their designs. Some more exploring, and then I kind of settled on something similar to this. Like, yup. I love it. I love it. I just need to keep tweaking it a bit more because I feel like they need a little bit more on their shirt than just bandages. I kind of don't fuck with bandages just as a top in character design. I don't know why. Here I was redesigning Isabelle a bit more. This is kind of what her outfit looks like. Here is more Ko and Reese. I really like both of these, just in like some funky outfits. And then this is when I did like 3 more like larger versions of my thumbnail ideas, and I got like critique from this artist who came in, and I like just took notes of things he said. Yeah, it was cool to hear. Here it's the Royals. I love this. Is when I got really into this story. So this is the story with Casper and all these guys. So Farron, Isabelle, Izzy, Henry, older, Ethel, and Elizabeth. And then this is Henry when he's younger. And then I was like writing down notes of things I liked from his design here. I love him so much. He's a baka. And then here, this is my baby girl, Casper. This is Casper, planning out his design. It kind of goes in a weird order here because I was gonna do my postcard design here, and all these doodles are me crashing out and deciding I didn't want to do it. And then I did it pretty quickly, and I was like, okay, so I just got really dramatic for no reason. This was the first I did. I really like this body. This is not him though. His hair, like, what if I put it back? I wanted him to be kind of nerdy in an essence. Like, you get a little bit of a sense that this guy's kind of a dork. And so I put it back like with a hairband, and then I put it in a ponytail. And I was like, well, what if I gave him like a mohawk? And then I drew the mohawk, and then I went, okay, well, make it nerdy again, give it a ponytail. And I love this sketch of him, and then I love this sketch of him. I love it so much. I think it just captures his personality really well, just like that stupid, cocky energy he has. I love that sketch. Then here are some sketches that I think are ugly, but I enjoy. I don't think there's a single one on here that I'm like, yeah, that's really cute and good. These are all pretty bad, but it's just kind of to explore them interacting more. And I felt like these did not get their dynamic down. More Casper expressions. And some Farron expressions, and then a little bit of full body interaction. I drew this and I went, oh my god, their design is so bad. And then I did this to kind of like steering them in a different direction, and I really like this sketch. Like, I think just like the edge here to like the like just like is pleasing. And I like this little face of theirs the most. It's like that one right there. It just pleases me. I don't know, it just pleases me. I love saying that. More of trying to figure out Farron's design. I was kind of tweaking, kind of went just like in a bunch of different sketches, and then this is kind of the final one. I like this sketch a lot too. And then I wrote, I love character design. More Casper. Again, like, you can tell when I'm out of an art block because I'm just like doing so much and I'm having so much fun. But yeah, I kind of tweaked his design a little bit. Here, I think I got rid of the pockets entirely. I think it just didn't make as much sense to give him so many, but yeah, I really like it. I love his fit, and I love Farron's fit too. And then I was doing some studies of baggy pants, because a lot of my characters have baggy pants, and I really like these. These like all are very fun to me. Then a little bit more studying of them interacting again. Some of these aren't very good. I really like this one in the center, but because it's on the crease, you can like hardly see it, and it's a little bit of a bummer, but I still like it, and I still like drawings on the crease. I get like why some people don't though. Here is some trying to figure out his colors. I was just doing this in acrylic markers that I decided on. I really like it. And then this was, I was gonna do the same thing with Farron, but I was like, I need to go to bed. This has been a recent thing where I've like been drawing and really pumped, and then I go, hey, you need to go to sleep. I was in class doing some figure studies while the teacher was talking, and I really like this one a lot. This one's my favorite, but I like this one too. I just think her head is a little big, so it messes me up. And then some portraits from Pinterest, and then this was like an outfit I was wearing, and I wrote, I forgot my glasses, but at least my fit is still. Actually, I shouldn't say that word out loud. This was for a biology assignment where we had to design a crow if all other birds were extinct. So you can kind of see what I wrote down here. Repopulate faster, and then their diet would expand, because I think there would be too much competition for like their resources on what they already have if they became like the single bird out there. And I like these doodles of Izzy as well. Very cutie. And I made them more colorful on top of that. This was thumbnailing for an animation that I still kind of am interested in doing, but I don't think I will do it. And then here's some Ko. Again, love these sketches. Ko has, so all my characters have like powers, and Ko's power is that they can like, any hair that is fallen off a head, they can manipulate to do whatever they want. Kind of like water bending, but just imagine it with like a bunch of hairs that have fallen off your head. One is just really cutie. These like really tiny ones I love. I love all these sketches, even though like, are they particularly done well in like anatomy wise? No, but do I love them? Yes! I had this artist come in and show us this like technique for printmaking, where you take a water soluble supply and then you just sketch it on top of your screen. You can clear over it and it just like transfers it. And I had this print I was doing of Divine. I'll put the whole one on screen, but I just had like this cleared out with the emulsions. All the prints I got out of it just from that one like sketch with the crayon. So it's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I really like these. They're just fun, simple and stupid. A lot of miscellaneous sketches. Some Aaron and Finn interacting, which I never really draw them interacting, even though I want to, because hey, they're lovers. So I don't know why I don't draw them interacting more. But Finn here again, and then some Casper more. I had like a bit of a Casper brain rot for a little bit. Tried to draw him with my other acrylic markers, wasn't as good. And then here's another Isabel. I love Isabel. This is a rare Ethel and Henry interaction drawing. This is like the uniform. Like, this is why it's the same as like Casper's outfit. It's the uniform that both of them had because they worked in the same job. But yeah, this is some Brokeback Mountain studies. Let me find some sad pining gay art to inspire my sad pining gay art. And yeah, just like some of the iconic shots from it. I think I love this page. This is one of my favorites. This is some powder drawings. These expressions, all pretty ugly, but these were all from reference. This was from reference too, and these were on my own. And I always like the ones that are on my own so much more than anything else. And I think this powder especially is super cute. Super duper cute. Yeah, I just love this page. This was another really slow day at work. Just random stuff here. I really have nothing to say. Kind of some more random stuff. Trying to draw Aaron and remembering that he's more muscular. I like this one. I should keep this in mind as like his body type when I draw him. And then I was like, what if I made him emo? And I explored that a little bit more. This is like the end of the sketchbook. Some more Aaron. I was thinking of that when he was younger. And then this is just a little comic that's like simple and dumb. And then this is Cassidy and Aaron interacting. This is also Cassidy here. And then Boy Bree makes his final appearance. Again, more of them. I just like to see them interact. Then here's when I just started watching The Last of Us, so you can recognize who these people are. Everybody online has been like, Pedro Pascal has like the easiest face to draw, and that is so true, because like, yeah, he's kind of just square and has squinty little eyes, and that's simple, and I feel like you can recognize that these are him. I don't like this drawing, but I feel like when I look at him, I'm like, that's literally bro. But these are Bella Ramsey. She's also like easy to draw because I feel like her eyes are just like, she just looks like a little deer. Like, it's so easy to draw her. And then this is the final page. Again, I think I was at work doing this. Yeah, this is some thin sketches just all around. I was just like I don't want to do anything intense for the last day. My goals, I didn't do the 100 head challenge. I did some anatomy studies, but not enough for me to be like, oh, that was like achieved. So style and general studies, yeah, I kind of included anatomy studies in the general studies for this one because I was like, I think I did a generally good amount of studies. Be playful with it. I really executed that. I had a lot of fun being really playful, and then flesh out OC lore, definitely did. That's a big thing here. Instagram follower tracking. I lost followers on every account except for Pinterest, which I gained none. So that's really good. I don't know why, but it's just sometimes the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. But yeah, I like all these sketches. That's literally it. That's literally the end. I love this sketchbook. It really taught me again to fall in love with the process of sketchbooking again. And I'm just so happy that I get to do whatever the fuck I want with my art again. And I just love it. It's so fun. I love it a lot. So yeah, if you liked the sketchbook tour, would we consider subscribing? Follow me on Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok. I'm the most active on Instagram and TikTok, but if you're interested in like all my references that I use, I think I make pretty good Pinterest boards of that. So if you wanted to just get like some good references, I mean, I have that right there for you. So yeah, go see that. Check out my capstone vlog. I worked so hard on that, and it's gonna get no views, which is fine, but it'd be really cool if it got more. I love art, and yeah, go follow me if you want. Bye-bye. At last minute, and I'm filming this sketchbook. I wanted to show just a page. Here is sketchbook 15. I'm continuing the process of just doing art that makes me happy, and I'm really focusing on character interactions. And we have this. This is Dawn and Aaron, and Finn and Aaron, and more Dawn and Aaron. Look at them. This is when she's like really young. I'm playing around with her being really tiny, even a baby. So yeah, if you want to see this when it's done, definitely subscribe, because I'll probably finish it in like 3 months or something like I did with the last one. So yeah, bye.